What's up, everybody? Tommy here, Math Productions, and let me welcome you to the Tirna Zoo. I have been working on this outpost really just since this morning. I worked on it for a while this morning, had a busy day most of the day there from midday on, but then this evening, once I got back home, I put the finishing touches on the zoo here, the start of the zoo here, and that's what we're going to show off here in this video. I hope you're excited. There's 11 different xenos from 3 different planets that are all free roaming at this outpost. We have, I think, 4 different robots roaming around, maybe 5, and here's one right here. Don't know what that one's doing up there. But, and we also have, because of Bard's Outpost Recruitment Terminal, named NPCs living here at the zoo, working at the zoo, and I'm going to present to you what is, every time I make a build, I'm like, this is my favorite build I've made to date, and the same is true for this one. I absolutely love it. If you haven't seen yet the video from yesterday, where I reviewed the Galactic Harvest and the Scavenge It Yourself mods by Tank Girl and by Ravageron respectively, what they've added to pieces that I already have from like Something Wicked 3's entire Wicked Workshop set, the Scrappy Structures set, Betamax, and everything that Betamax. I feel so bad because in my mind, like, Betamax is literally in like a league almost of their own. Like, they're up there with GhostRider and with OldBard and Something Wicked. Like, everything they do is gold. But I talk about all those other ones so much. I don't know why Betamax doesn't get enough love from me for what they've done. Functional decor, more manufacturing and item sorting, their new framework mod, their tower halves, everything that Betamax has done. If you're an outpost builder, you absolutely need to go and get it. But moving on here, we've walked from the main landing pad, and that first building was like our guest services area, our ship services area. That second building was obviously a public bathroom. This well is where most of the clothes washing gets done. And at guest services, you can rent, if you're a guest, you can rent one of these campers. So that way, if there's a storm, like what's happening on screen, or maybe overnight, if you're on vacation at the zoo, you can get your own room, right? With the camper right here in the main courtyard, there are 3 vendors specifically set up, a general trader, a weapons trader, and a spacesuit trader. But then right here in the courtyard as well, we have 2 different eateries, a bar, and then a general eatery, plus a bunch of vending machines, a freshwater distiller right there. And over here is my personal home in this build. I've got my work stuff outside, some food stuff outside, and here in a second we'll check out the main bedroom, and there's an upstairs on it as well. These buildings are the one that you're, all the ones that you've seen so far me walk through on screen. They're all added by that Scavenge It Yourself mod by Ravageron. As soon as I saw it, I think it was Thorgen who said in a comment of the video where I was just talking about mods that I wanted to check out, he had predicted that it was going to be right up my alley, and spot on. Scavenge It Yourself is gold. These buildings look fantastic. The way that they have the pillars and everything built in, the way that you can build all throughout it, and it just everything. There is not a negative from me. It's 300 credits that you should absolutely find a way to get, so you can get at least the Scavenge It Yourself mod. But this building right here is kind of at the front. It's a little misleading. It's supposed to look like it's just a general, like a Xeno health services type building. But as you work your way to the back, it looks like it might be a little bit more nefarious. This is the zoo building sorry, the zoo administration building. But the reason that it might look a little bit more nefarious as you get further back in that Xeno studies type building is the character that we're going to role play is ex-UC xenobiologist that when the war was over went out with this group to start up this zoo, and it's absolutely a front for their continued xeno studies and xeno research, right? That's kind of the main concept I'm going with this character, and we'll see what happens from there, right? I just checked out from Something Wicked 3 their cargo intersystem landing like tent. It makes the ships, as you've seen on screen, land right there on the ground surface. There's not a big landing pad, and I absolutely love that Something Wicked found the ability to make these. Look at that. Look at that. Like, I just love it without having to have the big, out of place looking landing pads. I know that you can make them look in place, but for the way that I like to build, what you're seeing on screen where it looks like people actually landed on a surface and started building with materials that they could bring or they could find, I love having the ship land right there. The main ship landing pad that we started out with, to always shout out Miss O with their Argos extractors, modular outpost mod, whatever. Fantastic paid mod that again is absolutely worth the investment because of what it brings to the table, the way that it adds those rocks, the landscape that can match whatever landscape you're building in, and not just make the landing pad look like it was pre-built and dropped in place out of nowhere. I really like that immersion. But this building here, and then we'll double back. Obviously, we'll just skip through it. We went through the Chunks building. Obviously, going to have a Chunks franchise of our own on site. It's a zoo. It's a commercial place. Chunks would absolutely be there. The last residential type area or residential building that we went in, act like you don't see that. Yeah, I didn't notice it was just kind of floating in parts. But anyway, the last residential building we went into, that's for our permanent residents, the zoo staff on site. We have our animal husbandry in the back. The only reason I included that, to be real, is the mechanic of once I've scanned the local flora, being able to easily capture them with the CCD right there at the husbandry. That's why I have that in there. Look at that. That's from the Galactic Harvest mod by Tank Girl. Those animal plots. We're about to jump down and walk through them. This tower, I do believe, is from... Bro, I don't know. It's either Betamax or Something Wicked. One of those two. I apologize for not... Clyde showing up out of nowhere. Anyway, we're losing train here. We got to keep it going. We're almost at the end here. We got like a minute left, but this is the main zoo, the main attraction. Most of them are empty. I think that storm spooked a bunch of the Xenos out into different places. It happens every time I sleep or I leave and come back. But because everything's built on the ground, nothing clips beneath the foundation, so they're free roaming, they have their homes, visitors are welcome, there is an admission cost, but it's the only place in the settled systems where you can take yourself, bring your family, sit down, enjoy a meal, and be surrounded by Xenos of the settled systems. But I hope that you enjoyed this tour. If you did, I hope you press the like button. I hope you consider subscribing to the channel. It helps me out a lot when you do. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this build, what you think of this zoo, if you want to check it out yourself, right? But as always, take care.